Hello Pisces, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com and this is your past, present, future reading. So this is a special one-time bonus reading that I'm doing because this weekend I've got half price past, present, future reading. So if you'd like to book in for a full version of this, a personalized version of it, which is 3 pages long, then you can do that by clicking the link up there. So this weekend only, it's $60 Australian dollars instead of 120 Australian dollars, which is about 35-40 American dollars. So let's see what's going on for Pisces. So this is a general read. It might not resonate with you, but I'm hoping that it does. Let's see what went on in the past and what that was all about. Okay, and so you've been letting go of things in the past, from even further past, back there, especially things that you were passionate about. And so this is like relationships that you thought were the one. So maybe somebody that you were holding a torch for, someone that you're really passionate about, that kind of thing. Also, things that you've done as well. So things that you were passionate about, things maybe that you've done out of passion, releasing guilt from that too. So it's like stuff came up for you in the recent past, which was showing that you were still holding on to something emotionally about it. And you've been allowed to release that guilt by looking at it again. And so, yeah, it's all about your passions, especially relationships on here for you, Pisces. And so maybe you're moving toward a relationship that you really want now, Pisces, but the universe is saying you need to clear it up. You need to clear up all that other stuff, especially those that you're passionate about, those that you really, really loved and cared for. Maybe that you thought were the one, maybe that you thought should have worked out, maybe that you felt guilty that you didn't manage to make it work out. There's somebody better on the way. If it didn't work out, then they're not the one for you. And so let that go now. Because that's what you've been doing in the recent past. Also, yeah, you see, lovers. It's all about relationships for you, Pisces. And so in the recent past, you've been letting go of past lovers, especially those where it didn't work out because they didn't. Well, they may have loved you, but they didn't really like you. That's what I'm picking up on, Pisces, that you weren't really the right person for them. They weren't really the right person for you. And that's okay. It's okay. It was okay that you got to know each other and then found that out, that you weren't really the one. And you might think, a lot of people, their egos can take over and then they can think, oh, I was perfect for them, but they weren't perfect for me. And this is saying, you were appreciated. Those relationships were good for you because you both learned from it. But you learned what you really appreciate in somebody and what you don't. And so it's not true that you were kind of perfect in that relationship, but they weren't perfect for you, that kind of thing. There were things in both of you that you both appreciated, and there were also things that you didn't gel, that you weren't a match with them on. And so it's important that you let this go now because there is somebody that's coming in the future. I mean, whenever we're asked to let go of previous relationships, it's because there's somebody coming in. So I think you're on the way, Pisces, to a relationship which is really important to you. Hasn't that happened to you before? Hasn't it been when you meet somebody that's really important to you, that happens just after exes come back in your life? Maybe an ex calls you up or texts you again. Always happens to me that way. It's like a couple of exes will get in touch. I'll kind of catch up with them or just say hello to them or just ignore them. And then I meet somebody who I'm with for a while. So that's the kind of energy that you've been in the recent past, Pisces. What about the present? What's going on in the present for you right now, Pisces? And what's it all about? Letting go. So again, I'm thinking that this is all about relationships for you, Pisces. And you're in this point now where you're waking up to parts of yourself. It's like you're rediscovering yourself. You're rediscovering what's really important to you, what you really like. And maybe these things, these parts of yourself that you're finding and that you're waking up to and you're remembering about, maybe those weren't on your soulmate list. Maybe those were things that you weren't asking for in a potential partner, but there will be things that you ask for in the future. So now you're waking up to things about yourself that you really love, and you'll be realizing, actually, I do want that in a potential partner too. And so it's like you're fine tuning you're fine tuning what you want in a partner, and at the same time waking up to those aspects of yourself too. And so surrender to this process, even though it might not even seem like it's part of the relationship process. It is. It's when you really love and appreciate yourself, and um, when you can acknowledge all of the gifts that you've got and what you bring to relationships, not just relationships, but to life, any kind of relationships, all kind of people that you have any interaction with, whether it's in your work or in your personal life or your family, your community around you, and romantic relationships too. Everything that you bring to life needs to be appreciated by you, and it is part of that process. It is part of the relationship process. So you are discovering things at the moment about yourself, Pisces, that maybe you forgot about, or maybe you thought weren't important to you. You know, and it could be that it's during this coronavirus times that you are remembering things that are really important to you and getting back to that. You know, now we've got time, we can get back to who we really are and remember what it is that's really important to us. Also, at the moment, you've got appreciating yourself, as I said, it's waking up those parts and appreciating them. Waking up to those parts of yourself maybe you've forgotten about, Pisces, and appreciating yourself for them. Now, opening your heart, this is. You're getting ready for a relationship, I'm sure of it, but let's have a look in a moment what's in your future, what's coming up in your future, Pisces. But right now, you're in a heart opening phase, and it's opening to yourself. It's opening to love yourself, Pisces. Warming up to yourself, appreciating yourself, remembering who you really are. You know, for a lot of people that have been getting my personal readings, this has come up. And it's about remembering who we were as kids. You know, remember when you were a kid and you used to watch TV, and there'd be certain like TV shows that you'd watch. And there'd be part of those TV shows, maybe you'd play, maybe you'd pretend to be in that show after you'd watched it. And because there was some part of that that was part of you, an important part of you. You know, it could have been an adventure thing. Maybe it was an adventure thing that you did. It could be all kinds of things, but you'll have played it, and it's about getting back to that person that you were and remembering those things. You know, it's often we just get on with life, don't we? We're like we get on life's treadmill, and you know we go to school and we get into jobs and we forget about all of that stuff. But right now, we're being given the time to remember all of that stuff as well. So that's what's happening with you at the moment. And it's waking you up to yourself, for you loving yourself, opening your heart to yourself, really starting to appreciate every part of you, especially those parts of you that you forgot about too. Let's see where this is leaded, Pisces. What's coming up for you in the near future? Let's see. Oh, good things, Pisces. Look, you're going to be in the moment in the future. You're going to be brought in the moment. And so this is like I want to say like all the bullshit falling away. It's like your plans falling away. You know when life just changes, Pisces? When something comes along and it just changes your life and then you're in the moment and you're enjoying it in the moment, just like a new relationship, Pisces. You know when a new relationship comes along and you end up being really fulfilled, like doing nothing, just being in the moment. This is what's coming up for you. So some change is coming in where you're just going to be satisfied with being, just satisfied with being yourself. Let's see. I want to know more information about this before I talk more about that. Mm, well, I thought it was going to say new relationship, but no, not yet, not yet. So Pisces is all about you. It's still all about you in your near future. It's still all about you. Yeah, maybe new relationships can't happen, coming to think of it, before this coronavirus thing is kind of under control, so we can all start moving about again. But you're going to be in the moment. It's like, I don't know, I feel like a weight's lifted from you, like you can suddenly be in the moment and be happy with yourself in the moment and like enjoy life. And yeah, this is a new approach. You're going to feel like a new approach to life and who you are. This is very interesting. It's like, you know, when people go traveling, Pisces, and then they say that they find themselves, they wake up to an aspect of themselves, and they come back from traveling a completely different person. It's that kind of thing. You've got that kind of energy in this reading. Is that right now you're going through this shift, this personal shift to wake you up to yourself again, and to acknowledge and appreciate parts of yourself that you've forgotten, and then move on into this blissful state of just kind of being and of enjoying your life and being who you really are, like a new approach to life, which is so much more relaxed. It feels like the burdens are off your shoulders. You don't need to plan anything anymore. You can just flow with life and be in the moment, and it's way much more fulfilling to you. Again, I'm being brought back to the past, like not the recent past, but the long time ago past, when you found fulfillment in certain things, and maybe you haven't been doing those things, maybe you've forgotten about those things, Pisces, but they are at the core of who you are, and it's time to get back to that. And so that's what you're going to be doing in the near future, is just having this moment of relief. Like I said, it's I, when I pick those cards out, it's like the energy of when you get into a new relationship and then you just can't be bothered with anything else, you know? You're just happy just to be with your partner and do very little. It's that kind of thing. But, you know, finding fulfillment in the moment through this new approach. Oh, very interesting. So let's go back through that. In your past, your recent past, you've been able to let go of people that you're very passionate about. So old flames, someone or maybe a few in your past that you thought relationships that thought should have worked out. And it's about releasing the guilt about that. So anything that you did wrong, or maybe you're just thinking that you should have been able to make it work when you couldn't because they weren't a match. But they were very passionate, so they were an important relationship to you, but they weren't a complete match. And to appreciate those relationships and appreciate yourself within those relationships, leaving all the guilt behind so that you can be open-hearted and ready for new relationships that might be coming in the future. In the present, you're surrendering, you're letting go, and you're waking up to parts of yourself that you've forgotten about, and so that you can appreciate yourself and you can open your heart again. So you're learning to love yourself, Pisces, and appreciate yourself and surrendering to where you're at right now. You know, there's no point in fighting it, and there's no point in fighting yourself. There's no point in fighting the whole universe either. And so just enjoy this phase of waking up and remembering in parts of you. Maybe it's hobbies or talents that you've got. Maybe it's just a way of life that you knew would be right for you. Maybe it's long held dreams that you had for your life. It's that kind of thing, like waking up to it again and appreciating yourself for it. Now, this could be two Pisces that you're waking up to aspects of yourself, like appreciating how you are in relationships as well, how good you are in relationships, and just appreciating what you should expect back within a relationship. So you're expecting to be in a relationship with someone that's as amazing as you are, Pisces. And that's what you should be expecting out of a romantic relationship. And in your near future, what you've got coming in is this shift. It's a shift in energy of you just kind of letting go, being present, being fulfilled in the moment, realizing who you are, like a whole new approach to life in this letting go, this surrender kind of thing. Yeah, a very different approach. So it's like a much more relaxed way of being. Maybe something comes in like a windfall of money so that you don't have to worry anymore, so that you can make the shifts that you want toward those dreams that you've always had. But it's something like that. There's something that happens that burdens are lifted from your shoulders. You're allowed to just be, and you can find fulfillment in the moment. Wow, let me know what it is, Pisces, that shows up in your life that causes that change, because it feels significant to me, and that's coming up in your near future, so in the next couple of weeks. If you like this reading, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Remember, you can get a private past, present, future reading this weekend in my half price sale, and there'll be a link around there to book in for one of those. Enjoy your weekend, Pisces. I'll see you next time. Bye.